The wrong wedding. Ever walked into the wrong place and found the right person? This is a story about a wedding that wasn't hers and a groom who wasn't waiting for her. But somehow their hearts met anyway. Sophie was late. Not fashionably late. Panic sweat down her back, makeup sliding off her face. GPS betrayed her kind of late. She rushed up the stone steps of the chapel, bouquet in hand, heels clicking like warning signals on the polished floor. Her best friend Mia was getting married and Sophie was the maid of honor. She was not supposed to miss the ceremony. She yanked the door open quietly, slipped into a pew at the back and exhaled. The bride and groom were already at the altar. She'd missed the vows. But she made it in time for the kiss. The whole room clapped as the couple turned, radiant and glowing with that freshly married energy. Sophie smiled through her embarrassment and thought, well, at least I didn't ruin anything. Then the groom looked up and smiled right at her. And Sophie blinked. Because that was not Mia's fiancé. And that was definitely not the wedding she was supposed to be at. Turns out there were 2 weddings happening that day at the historic chapel. One in the rose garden room. The other in the grand hall. Sophie had crashed the wrong one. She backed out of the pew mortified, whispering apologies to confused guests, until she made it outside red-faced and breathless. She turned to run. And there he was. The groom. Still in his tux. Still smiling like he wasn't just married 2 seconds ago. Wrong wedding, he asked. Sophie groaned. Was it that obvious? Well, he said, you looked like you were trying to disappear into the floor. And also my actual fiancé is still inside. Sophie's eyes went wide. Wait, you're not married yet? He shook his head laughing. That was just the rehearsal. She stared. I just crashed a fake wedding. He nodded. Vivi, she laughed. And somehow just like that the awkwardness melted into something lighter. They ended up sitting on the stone steps for almost an hour sipping cold punch and swapping stories. His name was Lucas. He was marrying his childhood best friend, though neither of them were quite sure if it was love or just convenience. Do you believe in the one? He asked after a beat. Sophie tilted her head. I don't know. I believe in right people at the wrong time. Or maybe, right people showing up in the weirdest ways. He looked at her a little longer after that. They parted ways with no numbers exchanged. No promises. Just a look that lingered a second too long. But 3 weeks later, Sophie got an invitation in the mail. Another wedding. Same chapel. This time the groom was waiting at the door. And this time he wasn't marrying someone else. Sometimes love doesn't come crashing in with fireworks. Sometimes it walks in late, sits in the wrong pew and still finds its way to the right heart. Have you ever accidentally crashed the wrong event? Tell me your funniest mix-up in the comments. And don't forget to like if you believe love can show up in the most unexpected places.